Welcome to the SS Systems Customer Portal video. So before we get started with the video, the first thing you need to do to gain access is you need to get in touch with us at kim.reeve, that's R-E-E-V-E, at sssystems.co.uk. Please include in your email your name, your property name, and the email address to have access to the account, and then I'll set it up and send you a welcome email where you'll need to set up a password. Upon setting up a password, you'll then gain access to your portal. So the first thing you'll see is what we call the dashboard. Now you'll see welcome back and then your customer name. Just below it you will see a map which highlights in green any of your properties. You can scroll in and scroll out if you've got multiple properties with us. To the right of this you have a list of your properties. So you have all the names. You then have a summary of any invoices due, any defect quotes and any defects, which I'll cover a little bit later on. Just scrolling down a little bit you then have an activity report. This will show you any quotes awaiting approval, any expiring, any that you've approved, and any that have been actioned. Just below that, you'll see a service quote. So a service quote tends to be from one of our salespeople, tends to be for a new item, where a defect quote is we've attended site and we've given you a quote for some remedials or repair work. You'll then see a list of any invoices that are overdue just below. As this is a test site, we have got limited information available. Just below there you get a summary of any defects that's been raised. This is any items you've got in any of your systems that have been failed, have been non-compliant or needing repair works. You can see here how many criticals have been raised, how many non-criticals and how many non-conformance. This is then summarised into below different system types that you have. So let's delve a little bit deeper. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to look into the activity report. So defect quotes, awaiting approval. So this is where we've given you a quotation and we've not received the go ahead or a decline. You can see what property it's for. You can see it's been submitted. You can see your quote reference number, when it was submitted, how long you've got left and the value. If you want to view the quote in more detail, you can just press view, which will then take you to a copy of the report, the quotation, sorry. Up in the left hand corner, you can then approve or decline from here. So if you just hit that button, that'll take you to a separate page where you can download, decline or approve the quote. For the purpose of this video, I'm going to show you how to approve. So we're going to press approve. You have to authorise the amount and you have to enter your name. Just below that, if you work on purchase orders, please include your purchase order number. Any comments here, so if we've given you the option of having it done as part of your maintenance, include here that you wish to have it done as part of the maintenance, and then you can drag and drop your purchase order in here or any other emails that you see fit, and then press approve. Once you've marked this as approved, this is live on our system, so our order processing team will pick it up and process the works to be completed for you. We're then just going to use the back button just to go back to where we were previously, and I can close this down. This function works exactly the same on any expired quotes, anything that's been approved. So you can see this is the quote we've just approved. If we hit the view button, it's going to take us back to the quote. And same with any actions. This works the same for service quotes and also if there was any invoices as well. So that's your activity report. We're then just going to head over to the right hand side where you've got a list of all of your properties. And as you can see, if I just hover over these, I can click into each one for more information. For the purpose of this, we're going to use our test site. So up top, you've got your property reference number, you've got the name of your property, and you've got the address. You've then got any details that we hold for your property, so you can click into contacts, any access notes, and any other information we have. You're then plotted on a map over on the right-hand side. You've then got some specific tiles underneath, which I'm just going to talk you through. So the first one I'm going to talk you through is assets. So where possible, we try and gain as much information on your systems and we load it into our CRM system. So this is the number of items you've got on your fire alarm, intruder alarm, for example. So when you first enter the asset section, you've just got a big list of all the assets we have. However, this you can filter down. So if you just hit over here, type, here you can pick the specific system that you are looking for, and then that gives you just a list of fire alarm devices. You can download it you can press change columns and add in any information you wish. What you can also do is you can set it up as a favourite so that you don't always have to have a look for it. So you can search, you can add fire alarm and press add. If then the next time you come in here, you press favourites and press fire alarm, that's the filter that you had set up already. So it just saves you a little bit of time if you go through and set these things up at the beginning. At the side of assets, you've then got open tasks. So every job we do creates a task. So here you've got a task reference number, the status, what type of job it is. If we've got a purchase order, it will be shown here. The category of task, so this is what is the work. For this one, it's a PPM, which is a maintenance. The property it's for and when it's scheduled for. If we just then press view, that then takes you into more specific information. You can see when it's scheduled. If there was any reports, quotes or invoices associated, they would be listed here as well. What you can also do in this section is if you removed any of these filters, you could also, for example, use ready, which would then give you a list of any jobs that we are yet to book in. So that's your way of keeping an eye on what work have you got coming up and where are we in the process. You also then have access to your defect quotes. Now this ties in with what you saw previously. As we've just marked that as approved, is no longer showing. From here, again, you can change your filters, so you can move to approved, which will show you your quotes that you've already given the go-ahead on, and you can also have a look if there's any that you've declined. And you can also see approved actions, which means we have processed the job for you. We've then got access to unpaid invoices, so if you've got any invoices due for payment, they would show here for you. And then you've also got any active defects. So this is where we've attended for your assets and we've said that something needs repairing. We'd mark it as a failure and that would show up here for you. Just scrolling down a little bit, this is where you've got access to your maintenance schedule. So on the left hand side, this is all the systems that we do for your property. Across the top, you've got each month and you're currently looking at a year's calendar. And then you've got specific visits. So for the fire alarm, it's a Q, which means we do it every quarter. For the access control, it's an A, which means we do it every annual, so every year. And then you have the intruder, which is a H, which means we do it every 6 months. Along the bottom, you can see a bit of a key, which will tell you what these colours mean. So anything blue means it's been generated, anything green is being completed. If it's green, it also means it's been completed on time. If there's any yellows, it means it was outside of the due date. And anything red means it's not been completed yet. So from here, you can delve a little bit deeper. So for example, if we click on this green fire alarm for August, it shows us its fire alarm and it shows us the task number. If we click on there, up top you get a description. I can see it's August visits, I can see it was for the access control, CCTV, emergency lights, fire extinguishers, refuge and intruder alarm, etc. I can then see when it was inspected, I can see which engineer completed it. From here, if there was any reports associated, you'd have them there, any quotes would be linked there and any invoices would be linked there. What you've also got access to is any specific certificates that have been generated. If you hit the view button, what that will do is it will take you to your specific report for that property. So you can see the fire alarm one, and then you can also see, you can see the fire alarm one and you can also see the emergency light one. If we then just come out of there, just below you can see any latest reports. So here you would see any service reports from the engineers. And then we also have availability to load any specific documents for you to access. And if we did that, then you would have them here as well. So that's a quick overview of our portal. Please get in touch with us for us to arrange access and then have a go at gaining your information. If you do get any questions, please don't hesitate to get in touch with us. Thank you.